Now to breaking news. CHP right now in pursuit of a driver in South Los Angeles. Gil Levis is overhead in Sky 5 as this driver is weaving his way through traffic. Gil.
Well, Pedro, you're looking at this pursuit that came off the 405 freeway just minutes ago. The driver alone in the car, wearing a yellow shirt. This all started around 3:46 this afternoon in the East LA area. It was actually on the 10 freeway at Eastern when the CHP tried to pull over the vehicle. It had no license plate, so they tried to stop the vehicle, and the vehicle fled. Got onto the 101 freeway eventually, making its way over to the 110 freeway in downtown LA. Went all the way south to the 405 northbound and exited here on Hawthorne Boulevard. Now, interesting thing, at the exit, the driver stopped, and a CHP unit pulled alongside the passenger side of the window, had a conversation with the driver, trying to convince the driver, hey, we're trying to pull you over. You don't have a plate. We want you to pull over, and the driver refused. In fact, they tried to get in front of the vehicle with one of their units once it got onto Hawthorne, and the driver went right around that unit. That just happened just moments ago, and you see what the CHP is doing here. It's kind of unusual for the CHP to try to block in a car like that, but the driver certainly definitely fleeing from these officers, knowing that they're trying to pull him over, and he's refusing to do so. So the pursuit has been very calm. Low speeds on the freeways, about 60 miles an hour at most, and the driver, for the most part, maintaining his lane throughout the entire pursuit so far. But now we're seeing the vehicle for the first time on surface streets here now in Torrance, and the driver still refusing to pull over. Pedro.
Yeah, right now you are watching the KTLA 5 News right now before the 5 o'clock. I'm Pedro Rivera, joined by Cher Calvin. Right now that driver has been, as you mentioned, driving pretty slow in comparison to other pursuits, right? Going speed limit, but still going through those intersections, so still a dangerous situation. Gil, you were mentioning when that driver came off of the freeway at the Hawthorne exit off the 405, we thought the driver was going to stop. Stopped at one point. They had the conversation, but then the driver just continued on its way. But as you can see right now, still driving at about 30 miles an hour, but going through those intersections, and that's what's dangerous. Gil, at this point, are they trying to set up anything in front of the driver in terms of maybe a spike strip or anything to slow this person down?
No, Pedro. In fact, I heard them talking about possibly doing a pit maneuver, I should say. Sorry about that, pit maneuver. But so far they haven't decided to do that. But no word on a spike strip yet. But again, they did try to an unusual move where trying to block in the vehicle ahead of it, and the driver went around that unit. So that's pretty rare. You don't really see that a whole lot with the CHP. They'll either put it down a spike strip or do a pit maneuver. And we have yet to see either one of those two attempts, but certainly trying to block him in is a little unusual. But the driver was pretty clear about it. Sometimes the CHP will try to pull over a driver, and they just won't pull over. Yeah. And when they finally get the driver's attention, they call it a language barrier. Sometimes people don't understand that, oh, you're chasing me, or I'm supposed to pull over. I thought maybe it was somebody else, and then they end up pulling over. That's not the case. The CHP looked like it was pretty clear with the driver saying, hey, we're trying to pull you over. You need to stop as soon as this light turns green. But the driver continued on.
Yeah, the language barrier is only going to go so far until you realize that this guy's doing exactly what he's doing, and that is trying to evade police and the CHP. And Gil, we discussed that there could be a possible pit maneuver that could come into effect here. The conditions are right just for that here on surface streets, as far as the speed goes. But, what the concerns that come in when it comes to a pit maneuver, of course, would be the motoring public and pedestrians and the neighborhood as well that could be in danger.
Absolutely. In fact, Cher, just as you were speaking, he went through what I believe was the first red light he ran. I think that that was the first time that the driver actually ran through a red light that at least we've noticed in this pursuit. So that can change the profile for the CHP. They may say, okay, now it's time to do a pitch maneuver on this vehicle. But you're right, they have to have the right conditions, the right road conditions, make sure everybody's safe, and that it won't impact anybody on foot or in another vehicle or the officers themselves.
And having officers this close at least gives the drivers ahead of this suspect here an opportunity to slow down. As we went to black really quickly, the cameras come back. It gives them an opportunity to know that police are in pursuit, so people on the roadways, as you can see, are pulling over, giving them the space that they can continue this pursuit. So at least that's safe in this situation. Gil, when you had the camera around when that driver stopped, it looked like the only thing he had was like a cooler of some sort in the front, but no one else involved? No one else inside the vehicle?
Yeah, Pedro, we did look into the vehicle early on when it was on the freeway. We got ahead of it a little bit, looked at that passenger seat, and there was some sort of a cooler, like you said, in that front seat. So it appears that it's just the driver alone in the vehicle and driving, fairly casual. In fact, on the freeway, just one hand on the steering wheel as if nothing was going on behind him. And when he got off the off-ramp, I thought for sure maybe it was a language barrier, but nope. The driver said, no way, I'm continuing on.
Yeah, again, we have a driver here that is in pursuit by the CHP, the sole occupant of this vehicle. There are no license plates on the vehicle, which is cause for concern, and why the CHP initially tried to stop him off the 10 freeway. This went on to the 10th freeway, the 101, through the 110, through downtown Los Angeles, and then that was southbound till he got onto the 405 northbound, making his way now through Hawthorne, the Torrance area, Hawthorne Boulevard in Torrance. And, you wonder why people try to escape police. What are they trying to hide? But when they get to this point, the list of felonies starts to rack up. You've got some traffic violations on top of, failure to yield. And then you question, what could he be hiding inside that car, or why is he trying to run away?
Exactly. That's a good question. It's really unclear. In fact, it's kind of unusual to see the CHP pull alongside of a vehicle. They always want to be careful in the event there might be a weapon on board. But that officer felt pretty comfortable at the off-ramp back there on Hawthorne at the 405, pulled alongside of the vehicle and had a conversation. And so, at this point, it's crystal clear the driver does not want to pull over, has run a couple red lights. Here comes another one, I believe, and he's going to go right through there. So we'll see if the CHP decides to do a pit maneuver here very shortly once the conditions are correct.
Yeah, the speeds has not been driving past, hasn't gone past 40 miles per hour barely this entire time on these surface streets. And as you mentioned, when that driver was on the 405, going no faster than 65 miles an hour, which is pretty casual, as you mentioned, for someone involved in a pursuit. So that's what makes you wonder, because you're just not doing yourself a favor by going through all this. He isn't, again, going in one lane, then through another, and running intersections at a fast rate of speed, as you can see here, even slowing down, coming to a light, looking both ways, and then going. Very casual for pursuit. And as you mentioned, the police, CHP, someone involved, felt safe enough to go relatively close to that car, side by side, and have a conversation. But when we had the camera in the front, it didn't look like the driver had anything but a cooler with them. Of course, we don't know what's inside that vehicle that's possibly making this person drive so erratic and, I guess, away from police. But, of course, CHP are in pursuit for someone who had failure to yield, is the reasoning for continuing this pursuit here, as we take a closer look at that person wearing some kind of neon shirt here. But so far, unsure exactly the details why this person continues to run.
Pedro and Sherry, I did watch the driver on the cell phone. He was using the cell phone at one point. It looks like he might be doing that again. Here he goes through Pacific Coast Highway, southbound on Hawthorne, continuing. We're directly over Torrance Airport right now, and the driver seems very casual about the situation. The good news is he's not driving at a high rate of speed, but has run several stoplights through this pursuit since off the freeway off the 405 at Hawthorne. But really, maintaining a low speed here and stopping now at the lights. And we'll see what happens what the CHP decides to do here.
Yeah, the pressure is on this driver, that's for sure. The CHP trailing right behind him. They've got their package together, this pursuit package for him, and ready to go if they need to put that pit maneuver into place. And you see that pursuit package behind them there as they're making their way down Hawthorne Boulevard. Lights and sirens definitely going. We've got airships overhead. And, you know, this is as you can tell, you can see some of the cars kind of pulling over to the side, making way for the officers behind them and the units behind this car. And, you know, so that's good. That's good news. At least they're able to alert the motoring public that this is coming their way. But still, you know, in pursuit, and you just wonder, what is it going to take to put this to an end?
Boy, that's for sure. I would think that maybe at this point there might be a possibility of a spike strip put out in front of the vehicle. But certainly at these speeds, they could definitely do a pit maneuver. It's definitely slow enough. And we might see that here now that the street's narrowed, a little bit less traffic on the other side coming towards the vehicle. But we're still southbound Hawthorne and going into the Rolling Hills Estates now.
Yeah, right now you are watching as CHP are in pursuit of a driver with no license plate and failure to yield. This person has no license plate, and when CHP officers tried to pull the vehicle over, the person decided to keep driving. Again, not driving very erratic, very casual through city streets here, through Torrance we saw, started in East LA, eventually getting onto the 10 freeway, the 101, the 405, but not driving very erratic. We're talking maybe 65 miles per hour on the freeways, eventually getting onto city streets, as you can see here. CHP officers are in a pretty slow pursuit. I believe there are about 4 or 5 vehicles behind, CHP vehicles behind that driver that you see there. That person is by themselves at this time. We don't know if there are any weapons or what may be inside of that vehicle that's causing this person to continue this pursuit and not just pull over, because again, that person hasn't been driving. Look at this. Every intersection, this is how it goes, except for a few.
And you see that CHP a car going ahead of the pack, and obviously there's something that they have been authorized to do. Any word, Gil, that you hear on the scanners of what that might be?
No, but you know, through all the experience I've over covering these pursuits over the years, I recognize that move as a possible spike strip attempt that they're going to try to set up on this road up ahead. We don't know for sure. Here comes another unit right by him. And so a little unusual, but let's see. Maybe they're going to try to block him in. Yeah, they're going to try to block him in again. So
aggressive
quite
tactics.
Unusual for the CHP. It is. It's aggressive. It's different than what we're used to seeing, but maybe this is what they're going to try to do to make this person come to their senses and say, okay, I need to stop now. This is getting way too crazy.
Yeah, this is something that we've not seen. I don't think I've ever seen this in all the years that we've been covering pursuits, where they try to block someone. It's mostly something that they will always pursue from behind in fear that, you know, this is considered a deadly weapon, right? The car. And so
yes,
they don't want to be putting themselves in harm's way. But now we see that tactic has made the driver a little bit more aggressive with what he's trying to do. And he sped up just a little bit. It kind of woke him up in this pursuit. But what's ahead of him possibly lies a spike strip.
Well, yeah, we'll see if that's the case. You know, if you watch pursuits from other states, you'll see the police departments do that exact move where they try to get in front, block the vehicle in with their squad cars, get around the vehicle on all 3 sides of it at times, and just try to slow it down and bring it to a stop. But it's highly unusual to see the CHP do this. Now,
his arm's out the window. The officers.
Yeah, right. So here he is, you know, right into this intersection here. This is Hawthorne Boulevard and Silver Spur, and units going ahead of the vehicle once more. We have a weather issue just up ahead of us here. He's going to go into some clouds here, so we may have trouble keeping up with this. But so far, staying on Hawthorne Boulevard, going really, if he continues, he's going to run into the Pacific Ocean. So we'll have a few options here of which direction to travel. But at this point, we'll see what the driver decides to do. And they're calling it light traffic out here in Rancho Palos Verdes. But the driver just being, you know, saying, no way, I'm not going to pull over, no matter what you try to do. Well, we'll see what happens if they try a pit maneuver, which they've been reluctant to this point to do.
Which is surprising. I mean, we called that move pretty aggressive, right? Getting in front of the driver, attempting to block him and slow him down, but had a pretty good position for a pit maneuver and decided against that. Is that a surprise to you, Gil, that they have not tried it at this point, especially the positioning that they had and going at the speeds they had? It seemed like a pretty good opportunity.
Yeah, it is a surprise to see that they're not doing that. And even, especially in this area with 3 lanes you see there, a spike strip would be, this would be a perfect spot for one with the officers pulling up ahead. So there might be an issue with safety for officers doing a spike strip, or even possibly the pit maneuver. They may know something we don't know. Maybe the driver is armed or maybe making threats to the officers. It's hard to say. We haven't heard anything like that. But the driver there kind of looks like he's just looking in his rearview mirror and just kind of maybe egging them on. There he goes, right next to him.
Having a conversation with police.
We'll get a little close here and you can see again.
Yeah, I mean,
wow.
At this point, Gil, officers can't believe this person is possibly armed or has anything like that if they're sitting there having a conversation with the man with their windows down.
No, I highly doubt that. So look at this. Oh, and he was distracted there. Blocked him in 4-way, so we're seeing it.
4-way block.
Now, he's going to come out, and that's going to be it. But he's a little agitated there.
Resisting arrest.
And, yep, fortunately, they're able to get him into custody there. But he was distracted there for a minute, and that unit pulled in right ahead of him. Kind of aggravated the driver. He backed up, which is never a good thing to do, and the officers talking him out of the car and getting him into custody here. This is Hawthorne Boulevard at Grays Lake Road, and this pursuit now coming to an end with the driver still resisting a little bit. Yeah,
still resisting a little bit, but an hour into this, it has now come to a peaceful end with no injuries on the roads, thank goodness, here in Rancho Palos Verdes. With the sole occupant, the driver of the car with no license plates, in custody.
CHP, I mean, distracting him and able to box him in, that turned out to be the best strategy, as we were wondering why they didn't use a pit maneuver, or we were waiting to see if spike strips was possibly going to be used, but it turned out just having a conversation and distracting the guy turned out to be the best way of taking care of it, and thankfully coming to a peaceful end, as that driver was driving casually throughout the city roads and just kind of taunting police at many times.
Yeah, it was. He did actually blow through some intersections, and so that was a bit, dicey of a situation for some of the motorists and pedestrians out in the Torrance area where that happened. Again, this taking a long route from East LA, about 3:47 this afternoon, ending here about a little bit an hour later. And made his way, as you were saying, not going too fast on the freeways, 10 freeway, 101, the 110 through downtown Los Angeles, and then on the 405 northbound where he exited in Hawthorne and onto Hawthorne Boulevard, where this has now come to an end in Rancho Palos Verdes with the suspect in custody. There was a bit of a scuffle trying to get this suspect in custody. And when he was having that conversation with the CHP officer, Pedro, it looked like he was very confused as to why he was being followed.
Yeah, he was. You could see it in his face. I mean, our cameras got that close where you could see the reaction from the driver having the conversation with the officer. And it wasn't until another officer noticed he was distracted, pulled out in front, they boxed him in. And here we have our conclusion.
There it is. All right, Gil Levis over in Sky 5, thank you so much for your coverage. And we're going to take a break here with this breaking news.